Just when you thought it was over, we started it over. Just a different chapter, but still part of the story. Spirit of a patriot, but the heart of a soldier. If you wasn't part of the grind, you can't be part of the glory. We right here, we ain't going nowhere. It's your worst nightmare. We back and they all scared. Every year is our year. The defense is top tier. Whenever you see that red and blue, it's a new era. They too scared of us. I don't know who said it was over, but they lied. The truth never miss. Kicking down the door like who let him in. We been grinding and we ain't worried about the small talk. We big timers.
Yeah, can't believe it. We leaving.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Patriots Friday Night Lights podcast. We are doing a mock draft. Draft is in 6 days from now, so it's only a matter of time before we can kind of get this thing rolling. So let's do this now. Right, all the reports are pretty much in at this point. Not much is going to change within the next week. Right, everything's probably going to happen at draft night. So no better time to get a mock draft going.
For sure. So we're going to run all 32 teams to kind of get a feel for where this may drop out. I mean, we could have did it on the Brendan. All right, you still there?
You good?
What the hell happened? Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, because I seen your picture went up. All right, so we're going to do it for all 32 teams. And just to get a feel for how the draft may drop out. So there's definitely going to possibly be some trades and everything in here. So let's get this started. Let's get it done. I'm excited.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of lead the way.
Right.
You got the program.
All right, so we're going to name this the Patriots.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights. All right, so we enter in the draft room.
Okay.
So how you feel in the seat? Obviously, the consensus pick is Cam Ward.
Yeah, that'd be no-brainer at this point.
Sorry, I was gonna restart my laptop before
All right. I wonder, like, in this program, like how close it is between Shador and Travis Hunter for Cleveland. It almost seems like it's kind of 50-50, to be honest. I'm curious because Cleveland, they had to pick for Myles Garrett, right? I wonder if Myles Garrett wanted Shador, right, and that's why he wanted to stay. I mean, obviously there's the money part, but he did mention that they had a pitch for him for the team future. So, it makes me think that they're going quarterback because, like, a future for your team getting a receiver and corner isn't right. That's not like the biggest thing to happen to a team. So I'm kind of curious I have a feeling that's going to be Shador, but it almost seems like it's 50-50 at this point. So I'm interested to see what this simulator does. Right. Okay. So Cam Ward.
I mean, we're the one making the picks here. We're the one making the picks here. So obviously, like I said, we both just
I didn't know if it was like a simulation.
Like we're just trying to get a feel.
Okay.
Oh, we could have did it like that. You know what I mean? But we're controlling the draft right now. Or we could just run it straight Patriots, and I'll let the simulator run.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is, like, right, we'll see what every team picks.
Okay.
Right, kind of do sim, and then we pick the Patriots. I think that'd be kind of the most accurate what's going to happen, Be kind of interesting to see how the simulator goes.
All right, for sure. I got you. One second,
you're
folks.
kind of, I'll bring it up while you get set up. The newest report of if Abdul Carter is available at 4, that there's a report that the Eagles would give up A.J. Brown to move up to our pick. and then I think there's something about like a second round pick, and then we moved to 32. Obviously, love AJ Brown.
That doesn't even make sense.
But that's the thing. It's like
That doesn't even
go
make
from 4 to
absolutely
32
no sense.
for a receiver. Like that doesn't like that's crazy. Especially
That's
if
what
we
I'm
got
saying. In their
another
second round,
right? You mentioned this. If we got another
Right.
first round from it, it's gonna be another bottom 5 pick in the first round because they're a good
which
team.
is not what they need right now. Which is
Right.
not because realistically, pick 32 is like almost like a second round pick, and whatever
Exactly.
second round pick they give us
Exactly.
is basically almost a third.
Especially where we have
So-
38. We're going from 32 to 38. Like that's not there's very little difference.
Honestly, if the franchise did that and that's what happened, I think I would fall. I think I would fall out of like I wouldn't be so high on the coaching staff and everything after that because it's like
Yeah, that's a backbreaker.
I wanna
That's crazy.
build, yeah, like organically, like yeah, it's good to bring in the free agents, but I feel like we brought in enough good free agents where we can expect the team to build a good team organically from, you know what I mean, for the next few years to come.
Yeah. And also, right, obviously, like if yeah, I don't see it being a reasonable thing. Like I'd give up 2 second round picks for AJ Brown. I think I'd do that. This year and next year, second round pick for AJ. Right. I know that's
Honestly,
pretty heavy, but I mean it's AJ Brown. Right.
I like
we
him
got a
and
video
Diggs.
of him with Edelman's jersey where he's giggling like a little kid, and then he had the Tom Brady. Like I feel like he died for the Patriots. Like like I think I'm willing to give up a lot for someone who would be like so into the team. And obviously, he's just a fantastic player.
Yeah, it's just with him and Diggs, it would be like as good as both of them are. It's like, damn, like, are we doing all this for like receivers that start in their 30s? You know what I mean? Like, where's
Right,
the
that's
young
together.
talent?
Yeah.
These guys got to build it out. They got to build it out because we should be able to get us a good wide receiver that Drake May can pass the ball to, and that they're both still on their rookie deals. You understand what I'm saying? Or like,
Right.
there's things out there to be done. Like maybe there's a left tackle for the Colts, from the Raiders that could be taken. Will they do it for a third round pick? I would. Why not? Because it gives you more flexibility with pick number 4. It gives you more flexibility with pick number 4 if you want to trade it back and possibly don't fall outside the top 10. Or maybe the next guy that you got your eyes on, he's not probably going to go in the top 10. And so, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like that number 4 pick now becomes attractive where the Patriots can build towards the future with it. If they got that left tackle from Vegas and, it turns out to be good, they can get flexible with the number 4 pick.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like, it's cool to see all these players now, but I'm not going to go up and over about a bunch of players that are in the weaker draft when there's still more drafts coming behind it. And I understand that we just came off a 4-13 season. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Let the team build out.
Yeah, you got to go through the draft.
I'm not expecting to win.
Important.
All right, so you ready to start up?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, so I got this on slow because it does move pretty fast if I got it on fast. Any trade offers and things like that, or if you feel like you probably but it's simulating anyway, but we might get some trade offers. So
okay.
Just
obviously we're not trading up. That's not an option.
Right. Yeah, correct. All right, unless we need to trade up in one of the other rounds. So you would just have to let me know, and I'll pause it and I'll try.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
All right, let's get it. All right, the Titans are on the clock. Cam Ward, as we thought. Travis Hunter.
Okay.
Ooh, Abdul
Carter.
There he is.
Okay,
All
yeah,
right,
let's see
Seattle has
some trades.
They're off.
18's too far. We need
What
something
the hell?
We need something top 10.
Are they trolling? Are they trolling? Is Tennessee
A 4th,
trolling right
a
now?
1, and a 3. Holy fuck! I mean, what's worse, this or when they traded AJ Brown? Jesus Christ, that is
whatever.
horrible.
Drug test. We about to send P cups over there
Wow.
for everybody.
Holy fuck!
They trolling. Come on. I apologize, guys. Like for some reason, my
That's
laptop is moving
horrible.
very slow. Probably because I've had it on for the last couple hours. Come on, I rejected that. All right. Oh, the Chiefs. And then are these
No
guys
first
serious?
round, a first round next year. Jesus Christ!
Wow. They're trying to give up
3
basically
7s?
their whole draft. Yeah.
No.
So as we always been stating on here, you can even see the suggestion. There's no if there's a buts about it. I think we both on the same page when it comes to Will Campbell, correct?
Yes, sir. Best offensive
Let's
lineman in the nation. That is an
Down
easy.
in the trenches. Jacksonville, Mason Graham. All right, I'm gonna pause it here for a second, just so we can give guys a kind of a peek of what just transpired since we
Shador
picked.
to the Saints. Okay. Ashton Genty to the
That
Raiders.
makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
What I am, no Jalen Walker yet though.
Who did the Jets take? Is that a tight end?
Colston Loveland, tight end. Wow, no Tyler Warren.
Yikes! I mean, that would be the most Jets pick ever, right? Like the second best tight end, top 10. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's terrible.
And even this Carolina pick, like I think James Pierce Jr., especially after the combine, I seen.
Or Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker makes more sense. If you're gonna take an edge, right? I'd rather bet on Jalen Walker. Chicago, wow, Chicago. I thought they go.
I'm on Membu.
There it is. I thought Chicago was gonna get Membu. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, Simmons to Miami. That makes sense.
Ooh,
Tyler Warren to Indy.
Jahad Campbell to Atlanta.
I ain't gonna do shit for them. Their quarterback is horrible. Yeah. Golden to Seattle.
I was about to say he's dropping.
Pitt. Wow. Ted went to Pitt. Also, that'd be a terrible pick for Pittsburgh.
If Matthew Golden does not hold up, where's Matthew Golden at?
He went to Seattle, I thought.
Should we trade up? Oh, Golden's off the board. Should we trade up for Luther Burden, or you think he would drop?
So who's left?
Anybody
Washington?
You want to trade up for? Yep, we got Washington, Buffalo.
I don't know. There's so many receivers. I don't think we need to trade up for a receiver. Who would be? Yeah, let's go.
Is there
edge?
Ooh,
So I feel like there's so many receivers that are all at that same level that I don't think we really need to trade up for.
There he is.
Him and Landon. Ooh.
The edge. James Pierce.
Well, who's ahead? Right, Washington.
I think.
Who would they?
I think James Pierce. I think James Pierce would be good in a Patriots jersey. He's Philly or somebody's going to take him. A Kansas City or Buffalo. Somebody's about to take James Pierce.
How much would it cost to get? I don't know if Buffalo will because they just got Joey Bosa.
I'm pretty sure we're going to get Scorton. Are you good with Scorton? We might get JT2 Molau. We're definitely going to get our chance to get our hands
Jackson
on him,
a lot.
But
I like Jackson.
Landon Jackson?
Yeah.
He could be in there in the third, but if you want Landon Jackson, we can trade back in the second. Not too far.
Yeah,
let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, let's go to our pick. Let's just see.
All right, hold up. Let's do a recap quick. Okay, so what did we last?
Ted McMillan to Pittsburgh. That makes 0 sense. Right.
Yeah, I'm off on that one. So Jahad Campbell to Atlanta. Got Jody Berry. to Arizona. But then again, I heard George Pickens may be shopped on draft night. So who knows?
That would be
Donovan
clear as day.
Ezraku to Cincinnati.
Matthew Golden to
Yeah,
Seattle, I
we
like
got-
that a lot.
Oh,
That's a good pick.
yeah. You got Malachi Starks to Tampa.
Jalen,
Good
is that
pick.
Jalen Walker?
Jalen
to
Walker
Denver?
to Denver.
He does not fall that far.
I
No
think
way.
he would thrive there.
He would kill.
No, I don't think he does. I think he would thrive there.
Oh my god, him and
because
Denver
Denver
would be so dope.
arguably one of the best defenses in the league last year.
Yep. Will
Ted
Johnson.
McMillan to Pittsburgh. If George Pickens ends up going, but honestly, I think Ted McMillan is going to fall like pretty significantly. If you ask me,
Yeah, I can see
Will
it.
Johnson, he fell.
I like that.
Wow.
That to Chargers.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that one. Kelvin Banks to the Green Bay Packers. Nice
Okay.
pick.
Yeah. Yep.
Walter Nolan. Oof. Shamar Stewart, Rams. Okay.
Ibuka to
Emeka
Detroit.
Ibuka. See, now the Emeka Ibuka thing is what got to me because he's mainly a slot, and you have Amon Ross St. Brown, but whatever.
Yeah, that one doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Nick Scorton. Oof.
Okay. Grant.
Scorton came off. Kenneth Grant. Oof.
Zabel.
All
Wow.
right, we gotta make a move, bro. We gotta make a move for James Pierce.
Yeah,
We gotta make a move.
let's see how much it would cost. Cleveland. I feel like Cleveland will take them. Right?
Yeah, I feel like it would.
Let's see how much it would.
I'm gonna try him. I'm gonna try him. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Because we have 2/3. If we give up,
Why is this not clicking?
like, would you be willing to give up a third where we have two of them? Use that Judon pick?
Yeah, I'll give up one of the thirds. Yeah, I'll give up one of the thirds. I'll give what is
Okay.
it, pick 77?
Yeah, do that one. Try that. And then, yeah, just that straight up. Those two. For that.
They said not good enough. Too much. Hold on, let me see. All right. Let's see a second and a fourth.
Okay.
Oh, they accepted it. So we would have had to give that third.
Okay, I like it. What about, well, actually, hold on. Whatever. It's fine.
Let's go.
Yeah, perfect. James Pierce. Love it.
Wait, who you thinking about?
Well, I was thinking of the second
It's looking
pick,
like a
but
pretty good draft.
I think fourth round's perfect. Okay.
You said the second who?
We have 2-5.
All right, so where are we looking at now? So
Guard.
oh
Guard.
my god, I'm sorry again, guys. This is killing me.
You know what? I
Okay,
think,
so guard.
yeah, I like guard. We have a third.
I think we should take Noel.
Oh, receiver shit. Yeah, you're right. Where's is
If
Kyle
Noel
Williams
is
still
there at
available?
69, do we take him? Oh yeah, he's definitely going to be available. Probably, yeah, he's going to be available. We could take him with
wow.
the second, third round pick. So if you want to go guard here, yeah, if you want to go guard here, we could take him with pick 77. That'd make a lot of sense there.
But if Noel,
2 players.
yeah, if any of the Iowa guys are available, I think we take them over Kyle Williams. But I like Kyle Williams.
Right.
I think a guard would be pretty big.
So a guard with the second pick, wide receiver with the first.
Yeah, let's just see who's available for
There's
guard,
Noel.
and if not, then we can flip it. Yeah, I don't really want to trade.
Here's Noel right there. He's available.
Yeah, let's see who's guard.
There's your man right there.
If the guards are still pretty deep, then I would just go receiver, and then we can just do
they're
the
deep
pick.
because we might be reaching like look at 76, 78. We still up at 69, and we can get the 63rd best player in the draft on the big.
Okay,
board
yeah. So go receiver.
with Noel. Another A+
Yeah.
pick. We cooking.
Yeah, I like Jalen Noel would be crazy.
All right, now let's
Jalen Noel in the 3rd round. Holy fuck.
look at there. Same guys are here. Same guys are here.
Do we want to
So
try
we
to
can even,
trade? No. Jared Wilson.
You want to take a trade? I think we should take Marcus. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Or do you want to go best player available?
Who's available?
Let's see.
Because that'll be kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, that's a good. We do need a running back, but I think we can get one in.
We can wait. Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
There's a lot of edges.
We gotta go take a look at this. Caleb Johnson's a very good running back. Caleb Johnson's a very good running back.
We have Sampson and Scatterbo still available.
What Josh McDaniels is looking for? Yeah, because
Ollie Gordon's still available.
This guy right here, we can get him in the later round. Yeah, we can still get
look at that.
This guy in the later round because he's a receiver back that works good in Josh McDaniels' system.
Yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, let's wait. Running back.
We can bypass running back here.
Yeah, so let's go guard.
Are we
I like
going
guard. And then either Wilson
or Jarrett Wilson or.
I don't know much about Marcus. I only know Jared Wilson, so it's kind of whatever.
He's all right. I play because I sometimes use Purdue on NCAA, so I kind of. Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we did give up one of our fourths, so we're not going again to pick number 144. But for those first 4 picks,
do we want to? We have 2 5s, I believe. Do we want to trade up a 5 to get back up there? Do it like a 5 and a 7, because we have multiple 7s.
To get up where? Where are we trying to get to?
Back to the 4th.
Let's see who's available.
Okay.
All right, let's see who's available. Okay. We still haven't taken our running back. So we could get
what pick are we at? What number?
112, 113. So that would be a great pick, actually.
Yeah, you want to do
if we can trade up right.
Should we do a 5?
Trade up with San Fran?
Yeah, because I can see San Fran.
Let's see, because right here, if I try to give up too much, it'll let me know, and it won't go through with the trade. But let's see. But a 5 and a 7 seems reasonable. Sorry.
Yeah, but we have 2 7s. Right, just give up that 238, and then the 171. Yeah, that or maybe do our next year 7 or next year 6. But I mean, I don't know if that's gonna be too little. So 177.
Yeah, let's. Okay. Let's see if we throw that 7 in there. You said it's not enough? Hold up. Did they just say that wasn't enough? It's not enough.
Okay.
I might have to give up both 5s, which isn't exactly bad, because now we're looking at developmental players anyway.
What about a 5 this year and a 5 next year?
5.
So that we still have a 5.
Okay. Let's see.
Wow. They are not budging. All right, so let's just scrap it.
Yeah,
let's
they're
just
not.
Run it.
Yeah, they're not. They're trying to play hardball, and honestly, I'm done with the games.
Yeah, there's plenty of running back.
That's what it.
Damn it. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Those. Yep. Wow. Okay. That'll sting. That'll sting if that happened.
I like the edge. I like the edge from Louisville if he's there.
Okay.
He went off. Denzel Burt. We need a good nickel.
Yeah.
I feel like we need a bigger nickel than Marcus Jones. This would be a good time to take him in the 5th.
Yeah, let's see. Because we have 2 5s, so we can kind of play around.
If Malachi Moore from Alabama's here, that's a great pick too.
Mm-hmm.
I like that tight end from what's it, Nebraska? Ooh, Jordan Hancock could be a good pick too. But would he be a reach at 144?
Yeah. Okay, so no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. No.
Yeah, they can get on with themselves. All right, so
yeah, we don't really need to move.
There's a few.
Yeah, so what are we thinking? Do we want to? What are the running backs? Because I feel like running back might be the best.
Yeah,
thing
we do need to. I would say
the
here
Brissard guy's
because
there,
he
yeah.
fits.
Because it's either him or Trevor Etienne. Because
So you
Trevor just came by for a visit. So
yeah, but he's a smaller. Like he's only like 5'8", like maybe 200 pounds.
Like a James White.
Like I feel like the Patriots need a guy that could stretch defenses and stress linebackers out like him because he is a former wide receiver as well.
Okay.
So
I like it.
I think let's see if they like it. Let's go.
Okay, so now
right.
Let's look at best available and then kind of go from there.
Okay. Like some developmental pieces, right?
Yeah.
Are we trying to break in another tight end or we because we still got Jaheim Bell. Who knows what he could be?
Yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, I think we'll be all right without getting a tight end.
Jamari Caldwell. That could be a more depth on the defensive line, maybe. If he's still there, we're about to pick at what 171.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, I apologize. I wasn't even looking all the way at this. The 49ers be taking forever to make their picks.
Yeah, it's probably because they fucking lost everyone in free agency.
49ers, what the hell's going on? Seriously. Maxim Hook.
Okay, he's still there.
If this draft class, and I'm not saying it's just because we did it. Honestly, if this draft class looks like this, then I would come out a very pleased man off of draft weekend.
Yeah, I mean Jalen Noel in the 3rd round by itself is like.
Because I feel like these guys would fit the move.
Yeah.
A couple guys. God. Did you see his combine? Oh my God. I think a lot of people slept on him.
Yeah, I mean, either the receivers at Iowa are just they're nice. I don't know how they ended up with 2 guys like that. Okay,
ooh, there's Malachi Moore.
Where?
Okay, we got a nickel right there.
Okay.
Right there, the suggestion, Malachi Moore. He's a nickel back from Alabama. I like him. I'm surprised that he falls down here. I wonder why. I know he's a good player, though. Put him in the slot. You got Gonzo, Carlton Davis on the outside. You got a full-time slot. And even Marcus Jones can come in more on dime packages.
Yeah.
Take smaller receivers. But I feel like we need size in that slot. Like, I really do.
Yeah, I
feel
like
we
it.
need some size in the slot.
I think I like it. Right, we don't really know what's happening with Jabril. Right, kind of open up that safety.
Oh, I think the DB's coach, he was saying something good about Jabril. The DB's coach was.
I did see that the violent comment again.
Honestly, though, if anybody's willing to offer you a third for Jabril, I think you should consider it.
Yeah.
And I like Jabril. Do you think linebackers in need?
Yeah, I think that's especially with Vrabel. I feel like that's something.
Jay Higgins is a very instinctive linebacker, but he wouldn't be a scheme fit because he's slow.
Okay.
So for Vrabel and then we would have to think that Teddy, him right there. I like him. He's a faster, smooth sideline to sideline. Shamar James does too. But yeah, see, look at her. As I keep saying.
Yep, do it.
Right, so we go.
I like Teddy. The new Brewski.
Let's go. Come on, man. We're gonna get A's on all this. Let's go.
Okay, so now do we wanna go kicker?
Hey, yeah, we did. We did lose a kicker, didn't we?
Yeah, technically. Yeah, let's.
Best available?
Yeah, let's see best available. Yeah. I feel like kickers, we can always just get them after. Let's see.
Oh, Benjamin.
Jordan Hancock, you were just talking about him, but we just got
yeah, but we got Malachi Moore. Do you think we should get another depth piece on the defensive line that could possibly be developed to play behind Baltimore and you know what I mean? Those guys, because who are the DTs after them?
Honestly, I'd rather get another.
Shit, I'm forgetting the guy's name. Who's that DT that he's been on the roster for a couple of years, but he had, like there was at times you seen it wasn't equality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember his name because there was that time. I think the one game was it versus the Bears. He had like 2-3 sacks in that game.
Oh, hold on, I'll look it up real quick.
Starting to look the part.
Honestly, if we're going depth for like line, I'd rather go offensive line.
All right.
Because I think that's just something that we should just like hammer because it's so bad.
Offensive tackle or guard? Or center?
Oh, center.
We do need a center.
Ooh, that's a good. Yeah. Shit, that's so sad that we need one.
It's just I don't know who are centers right here. It's interior O line. Want to make Will Campbell
Jeremiah
happy?
Farms? Is it Jeremiah Farms you're thinking of?
Yeah, that's who it was.
Right.
Ooh, Tim Smith. Not a bad pick. I think that's a good pick right here. Tim Smith.
You want to go D-line? You know, is there any centers?
Yeah. I don't know who's a center and who's not. It just has interior O-line.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't even break it down to even say who's.
It's never bad to have a Bama guy.
Huh?
It's never bad to have a Bama guy. Right, Tim Smith.
I think he'll fit in. We don't need him to come in and be a superstar. Keep his nose down.
Right.
It's A+ pick again.
Holy fuck.
So
Look
I
at
mean, there you have it. There you have it. And that's a damn good draft.
Here, I'm gonna take a picture. Yeah, I like it. Right, Vrabel, one of the first things he says, we're going to build through the trenches. Top 2 picks will fit that bill.
Want me to share it to you? Let me see.
Yeah. I'm going to post that. I think that's a good draft. I like it.
Phenomenal draft.
I'm upset with the having the number 4 pick and no one, like, the trade offers that we got were just pathetic.
Right.
Right, because Shador was still there. I thought Shador would bring a little bit of heat, but nope, not even close. We got, what was the Titans? It was like pick 120 and then a future first or some shit.
Right. Like, are they trolling? Now y'all got y'all quarterback. You think you go? Man, listen. If our draft looks like that, as you can see, the results is the results. You know, the Patriots Friday Night Lights, A+, and
I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah, I would be too. Just seeing them guys get ready to be in that red, white, and blue. And like I said, like as the days just keep coming, I'm like, man, let's just do this already, because I love seeing us bring in new players. Even like, it sucks when they don't turn out to be like good, but there's never been many times like I'm like, ooh, until you know what I mean, until you actually see the product on the field, because it's just kind of like that moment, like, all right, what's this guy going to do? You want to get on the game and use him, things like that, because it sucks that we picked N'Keal Harry considering the guys that were behind him. But then again, when you watch N'Keal Harry's college tape, it could also be deceiving as well, too. So it's like things like that. Jalen Pope, we're not, I don't know what he's going to be going forward, but did he put up good tape in college? Yes. He put up phenomenal tape. Javon Baker. A lot of guys do. We just never really usually know.
Yeah, I love the hype with the draft. Like, I will always remember when we picked up Marcus Jones. Right. He won the most versatile player in the nation. Right. That whole thing. The second I heard that, I'm like, this dude is going to eat it up with Bill. And just like watching his highlights in college was just so fun.
His rookie year, he made plays. And that's what I saw a lot from guys that played under Bill that was coming in. Like, I know, he gets some heat now, but if you really think about it, I think Mapu's rookie year, he's never been this like, oh my God, player, but Marte Mapu is a playmaker. Usually he's on the field, he makes plays. Christian Baltimore was making plays. Go back and look at that game versus Tampa when New England versus Tampa Bay. Tom Brady's return. Watch Baltimore. Don't look nowhere else but the defensive line. He was sitting the guard Tom Brady's lap. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like there's been some misses with us in the draft, but I feel like they were more the earlier misses. Like, I think we really get hammered for the 2018 and 2019 drafts, because if you look at it, 2020 we got Kyle Duggar. Uche was good for a time in a period, but he just couldn't stay healthy. Both those tight ends were god awful. 2021, Mac Jones had a good rookie year. He made the Pro Bowl. He brought in a bunch of free agents. Who went in the second round? Christian Baltimore came in the second round.
Yeah, A+.
Freaking Ronnie Perkins didn't do anything coming out of the third. So
No.
and then we got Ramondre. Then you look at 2022, Cole Strange, Tyquan's fucking garbage. Marcus Jones, that was a good pick.
Yeah.
So, we got some good players. And obviously 2023 and 2024, I mean, Jalen Pope, I'm still holding out hope for him. I really hope. Like I said, if Jalen Pope just gives me 600, 700 yards this year, I would be okay with it, because it would be like, okay, he had a disastrous coaching staff. he's getting back on track this year. Like I said, I'm keeping my expectations for the team realistic. Did you guys get better? Can you win games? Can we not get blown out by a significant amount of points coming out of a bye week? Because it's like under Gerard, like that was like one of the most horrible coaching jobs that I ever seen, and it just came and went. It's like you don't even hear Gerard Mayo's name no more. As hot as this topic was when it first happened that he got fired and everything else, like it's almost like I almost forgot that we was like so stressed out about this last season.
Right. Yeah.
It'll
be my expectation, right, is like I don't want to lose a game because of coaching.
Right.
Right. Like I want to like it should be on the players at this point. Like our coaching staff should be exactly what it looks like. Right. It should be a very good coaching staff. I think now it's right, like Vrabel said, right, you want to be able to beat the bad teams. You don't want to lose to the bad teams. Right. Take advantage of bad football. Right. Don't have like the heavy mistake games that cost us. I mean, that was literally every game last year. It was just mistake, penalty, over and over and over and over. And then when it came to the crunch time, coaching staff calls were just horrible, and players were given like it was just I'm glad. I'm happy to probably not have that anymore.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's when it shows that if it's a coaching problem, it's a player problem. I just get so pissed off that everybody's always like, "Oh, it's a talent thing. It's a talent thing." Like I always said, I held out on that one because it's like Mac Jones was so bad, so it's hard for me to expect marginal good players to become great players with a bad quarterback. You understand what I'm saying? Versus where you see Drake May comes in and the offense looked competent. He moved the ball and he kept them in a lot of games that they probably shouldn't have been in. So that showed me, he's outplaying the coaching. You understand what I'm saying? He's outplaying coaching because like you said, Vrabel, we don't want to lose to the bad teams. There was teams last year that we should have beaten. We shouldn't. The Jags were one of the worst teams in the league, so much so that they're picking one pick behind us. But you're telling me you let them blow us out like that? We got blown out by the Jags.
Right. Yeah.
Blown. Indy. Anthony Richardson ain't worth nothing. And
drove the ball down, and that was just pathetic.
And not to mention, they had the ball back because that wasn't a catch. That catch wasn't a catch, but Gerard never challenged it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Gerard never challenged it. That would have been game over there. But yet, they sat and let him continuously go down the field and score, but it's obvious what he was about to do. Because for them, it was a wash anyway. Where was the coach really trying to get to? Oh, this is the Patriots. Listen, we ain't kicking the field goal going to overtime. We're trying to get out of this game now. Once we score, we're going for 2.
Yep.
And not to mention, the one thing that you could have bet your life on that they were going to do on the 2-point conversion, they did. They ran it with Anthony Richardson. And
it worked all game, and there was no adjustments, right? It's the other coaching thing. I mean, even that drive going down there, I mean, it was all Anthony Richardson. Like, it wasn't anything like he wasn't doing anything insane. He just kept doing like the same stuff over and over. Just went down the field. No one could stop him.
Right.
And, it was embarrassing. Because Anthony Richardson he's horrible. And he just like dog walked us right at the end. Yeah,
and then people, AVP coached a good game. It's like, listen, we're gonna be realistic. Like even that game versus Buffalo, that's Drake May doing that. Because I'm pretty sure, like I told people, is it AVP made Drake May or Drake May made AVP look a little bit better than what he was? Because we've seen what this looked like with multiple other quarterbacks. He got fired from the Cleveland Browns. That's why it was for me like New England. What did Cleveland do that was so special, or what did he do that was so special that you needed to bring him in as an offensive coordinator? I'm not saying the guy ain't got a touch on quarterbacks because he most likely does. But like I said, I think Drake May was going to reach where he's going with or without Alex Van Pelt. Against Buffalo, we were up 14-0. How did you end up losing? Why? Because you started getting conservative. You came out swinging and you came out aggressive, and then you start getting conservative. That was their problem last year, that the kid, I'm going to stop calling him the kid. Drake May looked phenomenal. And he come out striking things down. And it's like they get so scared that they didn't want to lose. And
right.
The
And that's when the bad play calls would happen.
Yeah.
Because, like, right, they go out hot, get conservative, and then on the final drive, they try to get hot again.
Mm-hmm.
They go for like these weird deep balls out of nowhere, and Drake May would throw a pick because, right, that's not what they were doing the whole game, and it just no one was communicating well, right? Like there was like the throw to was it Pop Douglas against the Rams?
Right. Wasn't in the right spot.
Yeah, right. Like that's bad communication, right? The coaches just called a play up out of nowhere, and right, it almost seemed like they weren't really practicing it enough because Pop wasn't really sure where he was going. So like, right, those weird play calls in those bigger moments just like completely screwed us. And it was every single time that we had the ball. Right? Was there 7 1-point or 1-score games that we lost? Right? All those are just like those weird calls that would happen out of nowhere that just it didn't make sense. And then right, Drake May gets the brunt of it because it was usually a deep ball, and Drake's just gonna fuck it, right? Because that's the kind of player he is.
Or that thing where everybody was mad at Ramondre because they made a play call where they're backed up against their own end zone, and he kind of like tried to do like a smoke screen type thing, and
right.
It was like, oh, so much shit came out about it is, oh, they didn't run the play right. It was supposed to be running. But common sense, why would you run that play right there?
Yeah, because he caught in the backfield when we're in the end zone. Like that, you don't want to do that.
And not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, weren't they on the right hash mark anyway?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Limiting how much space he really had.
Right.
So it's like things like that, and then what could go wrong went wrong. What could possibly go wrong went wrong. That's why I don't know what happens with some of these players that we brought in last year. And sometimes, as a fan, we hate when we get bad players on our teams, but honestly, I do feel bad for those guys. Because the fact that like a mistake was made so egregious, and what starts to happen is, look, guys like Vrabel come in, and what do you say? Oh, this team's going to look vastly different than how it is now. So guys that thought that they had a role there and everything, and you guys signed Gerard to this big contract and brought all these guys in, now we don't know who's on the chopping block and who's able to be kept.
Right.
Did these players get a fair opportunity? No. Because, all right, let's say you cut Baker this year. He didn't particularly get a fair opportunity from what we see, unless there was something going on behind the scenes. But from what y'all are putting out there, you had a coaching staff that failed to develop its players, that didn't know how to coach games, et cetera, et cetera. So now you bring in a new coaching staff, and what if they find no use for these players because they don't have nothing on film for them?
Right, and then that's another draft completely down the drain, obviously besides Drake. But, right, if we just failed in an entire draft, right, that's
right, and that was a stronger draft last year.
Right, literal opposite of what
That's why I'm hoping. That's why I'm hoping that both of them at least rebounds, because it's like, come on, like we need some validation on those picks, because it's looking like picks 2 all the way to 4. Maybe draft after Drake May. It was a freaking wash. So what that tells me is Elliott Wolf being in that position, that is a no-no. Because it's clear to see that Mike Vrabel's getting who he wants in there. You know what I'm saying? Mike Vrabel's getting who he wants in there. So Elliott Wolf, if all you produced last year was Drake May, and we love Drake May, and I know he's going to be something. Mm-hmm. He has to come harder than that. That's a fireable offense, because I feel like Drake May, like regardless of what people say, oh, he still had to make the pick. He had the option to trade him. Anybody in their right mind if I had that job, I would have looked at the 2026 class versus the 2025 class because you're asking me to trade the pick. And I have a guy here. He looks special. He fits the bill and everything else. Why would I trade to the Giants for that pick, knowing that I got a Shedeur Sanders and a Cam Ward coming next year, possibly Carson Beck? He made the smart decision to sit back in college. Drew Aller looks the part, but can't play the part. So obviously he went back to school. Jalen Milroe, like Drake May was the obvious pick there. There was no trade in it. There was no nothing.
Right. It was the easiest pick.
Yeah, like it was no trade in it. It was no nothing. And because I honestly feel like if Caleb was there, I wouldn't have want them to take him. Honestly. It was on Daniels and May that I was comfortable with. Honestly, Caleb Williams, screw him. I ain't gonna say screw him because he never did nothing to me, but I don't think he's that good. I don't.
I mean, he doesn't really look anything.
And for as bad as we were, we sacked him 9 times.
Yeah, that game was awesome. That was really funny to watch.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a good one. So, that's just where I'm at with the team.
We'll see. Less than a week. We're getting there.
We might, if you want, I think we should run Thursday during.
I was gonna ask you if you want to do like an episode like after the whole draft is done, because like if we just do on Friday, right, it's just the first round. We'll be doing it in the middle of the second round, probably.
Right.
Like should we just wait or do one right before? Just do another mock draft and then.
Let it run through and then we'll do one.
Yeah, because we can do one
Friday, right after the first round. The night after the first round, I think we can get down on that one.
You want to do
Thursday
that?
Night. Yeah, we can get down on the first round, and then whatever comes after that, we'll schedule a day probably shortly right after that one so we can get into it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Sounds good.
I like it.
All right.
Yeah. Send me the mock draft.
Got you.
All right. See ya.
See you.
We're on to Cincinnati. It's nothing about the past, nothing about the future. Right now, we're preparing for Cincinnati.
Okay, do you feel like the talent you have here is good enough?
We're getting ready for Cincinnati.
What is your responsibility?
I'm just asking, do you think you've done enough to help Tom Brady?
We're getting ready for Cincinnati.